So starting this test drive in this Nautilus Black Label, I love how quickly Lincoln will throw some massage seats in a Black Label vehicle, and I really think it makes it, I mean, Ford does it too, like the limited trims, some of the Platinums I think have it, but I just love having massage seats in a vehicle, especially for longer trips. It just keeps your back kind of loose, relaxed, and it keeps your body from being stiff. It's just a nice subtle touch that a lot of manufacturers don't utilize unless you pay 6 figures for that option. But again, I like that even on this Ford Edge deprived Lincoln Nautilus, you can get massage seats. And it just goes to show how you can make pretty much anything as luxurious as you want it to. And I drove a Standard about an hour or two ago, and compared to this Black Label, everything just feels that much more premium in this top of the line Nautilus. So very impressed by how Lincoln was able to give you the best of both worlds in terms of pricing. Now, even though this is the bigger engine option, I feel like even in this regular drive mode, it's not wanting to rev as high as the 2-liter turbo. But I'm sure this has quite a bit of power when you put your foot into it, and I can't wait to test that out. But like the Nautilus Standard, ride quality is pretty fantastic. And just having these massage seats just makes this a bit more comfortable in terms of the driving experience. And very quiet, great sound acoustics in here. I'm pretty much just hearing the tires hit the pavement, and of course with these 21-inch wheels, that'll be louder than the 18s that were on the Nautilus Standard I just drove. We'll give it some throttle here in just normal drive mode. Yeah, the power curve in this is just crazy. Again, I'm not in sport mode, I'm just in the comfort drive mode. And with the V6, it doesn't necessarily need to downshift to get that power. It keeps giving you more and more as you put your foot into it. And then when you put it in sport mode and let it loose, that's when that twin turbo configuration really shines. But a pretty easy to control vehicle still. I like the steering feel, just the overall drive feel, and I like that about the Ford Edges as well. This just takes it up a notch in terms of comfort. And this comfort steering mode is fantastic. I really feel like I'm in a traditional Lincoln now, how this thing floats down the road. And there's just something about this V6. Again, it doesn't want to rev as high, I think, just under normal throttle response, but it just has a more muscular sound to it, just in terms of the engine. And you can just throw on the paddle shifters at any time. And then just hold the right one to get into regular drive again. So I'm gonna put it into the sport drive mode. And yeah, it really livens up there. And then the pull from the turbos, my goodness, just fantastic. So the sport mode with this Nautilus, you have so much more low-end power. It's insane. And just with little throttle response, it's absolutely great. But I am gonna give it a little bit here. I probably won't be able to give it much just because it's so quick, but just a little bit here. And again, it's so freaking fast. I'm just barely putting my foot into it, and it's gone. But this is the same powertrain that you get in the performance inspired Edge, that ST, so not surprised that this one is feeling pretty peppy at the moment. But let's go ahead and turn on the cruise and then make sure that lane centering is on. So Ford has a pretty good system, specifically the co-pilot, when you have the lane centering, the adaptive cruise going, and then you still have your blind spot monitors. It's just a great system to use. I use it quite a bit. Of course, I have it in a Mustang Mach-E, and it's just a fantastic driver aid. Just makes driving down the road as simple as this. Just keep your eyes on the vehicles in front of you and it won't give you any hassle. But in terms of the competition, I think this is a pretty good competitor for the BMW X5. I think for Mercedes GLE. And then even the Cadillac XT5. But I mean, this one, just for me, the black labels just cannot be touched in terms of luxury, except maybe from Genesis. If you consider the GV70 a good competitor. In fact, that's a bit smaller feeling, but just in terms of the features, the driver aids, you just can't beat a black label. And compared to those, definitely not with this Nautilus here. It's loaded out when you have massage seats, heated cooled seats, the co-pilot, panoramic sunroof, and all of that for 70 grand. Pretty good option. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2023 Lincoln Nautilus Black Label all-wheel drive.